Night two,
Mm.
we got to hear Foe and Larry Graham.
Yes.
Um, what did you think of Foe?
Bo was fantastic.
Foe
Bo,
show.
for shizzle. I mean, they were truly funky. They were really, really funky. The band was tight. They kind of reminded me of the 80s Minneapolis sound
Hmm.
that Prince was created
Yep.
and all, and just how their music just seemed to go on a journey. The type of music that I like. I like when music doesn't just go over and over like a loop.
Yeah.
Like when music takes another twist and turn, and that's what their music was doing. It was all instrumental, but it was still still grabbed me and still caught my attention.
Hmm.
And I really hope that they go far in the future, because this is a band worth listening to. You know, they deserve to be heard on a higher national, international scale.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were pretty funky. Um, I listened to just a little bit of them from some of the YouTube links that was posted from Prince's Twitter account.
Mm,
Um, and I
what's
was like,
that?
okay, okay. So I had a little bit of an idea what to expect. Um, but yeah, I was actually pretty surprised. Um, but yeah. So I would like to hear a little more from them and see where they go. Hopefully, I don't know how long they've been around. I want to do a little bit more research on them and see, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna check out, some more of their stuff. Maybe check out some shows or something if they're playing around Minneapolis next time I go out there.
Yeah, right. And I hope
Um,
they tour. They should tour around the country.
yeah, yeah.
I'd love them in some club here in New York City, somewhere in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
That'd
Because
be
they
great.
got a yeah, like you said, that kind of that Minneapolis sound, that funk. It's just funk. That funk that
Was
you
it?
don't normally hear anymore. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's missing.
If you're a funk fan, listen to Foe.
Faux
Try to say
show.
try to say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, right.
Uh, they set the stage up for Larry Graham, Graham Central Station,
Mm.
who I did not know that Shelby J was going to be with him at this show. So that was a nice surprise for me. When
Yeah, I
said, what?
read.
I had
Okay.
listened. I said, "Who's that? Who's that up on stage?" I see that bald head. I said, "Oh, there goes Shelby."
That bald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had read maybe that day, or maybe the day before, but somewhere in a 48-hour period that she was going to be with Larry Graham. And so to see that, and I know that was where she was when right before Prince, had scooped her up to be in his band.
Mm.
So it seemed like a whole full circle thing of sorts with
Yep.
that.
Yep.
And it was a really good show.
Yeah.
They really good show. It's cool. I've seen them a few times in New York, and it was nice to see them outside of the country. I mean, oh God, might as well be in the country. Outside of the outside of the state of New York. It is late right now.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I had not seen Graham Central Station because he's always outside the country. That's why. Uh, he never seems to come out to the Seattle area,
Mm,
and I'm never anywhere near where he's at, so it just never seems to work out. But so yeah, that was cool for me to see him because you know just never worked out. Um,
right.
but yeah, it was a really good show. I really enjoyed seeing Larry because last time I've seen him at all really was in Vegas um, during Prince's 3121 run, and that's been 10 years. Jeez,
Wow.
man.
I haven't seen him in about I want to say 4 years.
Yeah.
Either 2012 or 2013. And I was fortunate that when I think the first time I saw Larry Graham, it was in 2010. That was the show that Prince attended and went up on stage and did "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself" on stage with.
Okay, yeah, I've seen video clips of that.
I was there,
Okay,
and
cool.
that was great. So I thought we were going to have that again, but it
Yeah,
didn't.
well.
It didn't happen. But I'm glad I had that moment. So that set the tone for me with seeing Larry Graham. Just taking them seriously.
Hmm.
You know, and it was a great show.
Yeah.
Very good show.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Whoever you see at Paisley Park, whether you see Prince play or you see a local band or whoever comes through there, it's always a good time because it's always good music. It's always uplifting. Um, it's just a good time. And like Shelby had come down in the crowd and had everybody singing and dancing along with her and
Right.
talking about love and peace and harmony and all that. It's so in that moment I was thinking about how um, there's never a moment at Paisley Park that I've been there where people aren't in in some way, shape, or form united by whatever music is happening, whatever event is happening. You know, like it's all about being it's love. Everybody is cool, and it's just everybody comes together for that one reason, for music. It brings everybody together there. That's the whole point of Paisley Park. It's in your heart, right?
That's right. That's what's be.
And it's and I don't know, Cameron, if you felt it or not, but just tell people I ain't crazy. So when you go into Paisley Park, there's a different feel inside that building.
Oh, I can definitely attest to that one because I was kind of nervous that week because being from New York, it was the same weekend as the big blizzard
Hmm.
that shut down the whole East Coast. And I was supposed to be flying out that Saturday. And I had already gotten a call from my American Airlines that they had canceled my flight. Actually, I think they changed it twice on me that day. And so I was really nervous about my job and everything. But once I stepped inside of there, a lot of what I was freaking out about faded away, at least for that moment. I mean, there is a real sense of you get that feel of peace and ease and freedom in that building. I mean, that atmosphere it's really true. Peace and serenity is so all over that place, and it's a place you'd want to go to just for that alone.
Hmm.
You know, he created a wonderful spot for that, and the people, his employ, the employees there were really nice. At least nice and friendly to me,
Hmm.
and were always there to help us when we needed to be helped. And it's just a wonderful, positive, uplifting environment. It
Yep.
really is. So
Yep.
Dorothy ain't crazy.
I'm not crazy.
She
Telling
ain't
you.
crazy. You better run and tell somebody. Go on and then MSNBC, even Fox News. You better tell them all.
Yeah. I don't know about Fox News now.
Word has to be out everywhere, even if it's for the other mess.
You're right.
Let them all.
So that night after Larry played, he was signing autographs and meeting folks and everything. That was cool. Um,
Yeah, I got to meet him for the first time too.
yeah, yeah. Cameron got a lot of firsts this time. It was cool.
Wow. Get to
Cameron,
another verse a little later.
yeah. Oh. So, yeah, Cameron. It was his first visit to Paisley Park. He got to meet Larry. Larry became my uncle. I don't know. It happens. Um, and then he got to go on the tour, so he got to see the studio section of the building. So, Cameron, what you think? What you think?
Oh, I love it. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want it to end. I mean, it was just so fascinating to be in the same room where some of my favorite albums and songs were recorded. I mean, and it's so big, and what I really took away from it was how vitally important sound is when it comes to recording music,
Mm-hmm.
and how he created the studios so that it could trap in the right kind of sound for what he wants.
Right.
And it really fascinated me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the granite room for the piano, the specific room for the drums. He turned the, I don't want to say too much for those that would ever go, but I mean, it was just phenomenal. Oh, yeah.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was like
There,
that.
there's a lot going on in there, but it's a lot to take in.
Even
Um,
Prince popped up in the middle of the tour.
yeah,
You know,
you
but we're
never
in
know what's gonna happen.
never. I mean, he just walked in like it was nothing. He looked at me in my eyes. I said, "Okay."
Oh, he just walked right past me. It's all good though. It's all good though. It's all good. I got my hug from Shelby though.
Yes, I did too. I did too. Good. She gives good hugs and she smelled good too.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, and oh man. Mm-mm-mm. I'll
Uh,
tell the other first. I'll tell the other first. We get that.
Go ahead.
No, shall we wait? Yeah, we should wait till the end.
No wait.
Nah, nah, nah. I'm. I was. I was next to Miss Dorothy while we were watching Larry Graham, and I noticed on the corner of my eye that Prince was coming out of this room, wherever he was coming from, and walking towards us. And so as he got closer, I just got bold. It was all sudden. And I said, "Hi there." And he looked up at me and smiled and said, "Hi." I was like, I I tried, made sure I kept it together because I don't want to look like I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I inside I was like, no. I'm telling you, it was like I could have won a car on The Price is Right and Wheel of Fortune all in one shot. I was so done. I was so done. I was like, I had to ask Dorothy if that really happened. Didn't I ask you? I
He
was like,
did. He did, and it did. It happened.
oh, oh,
Cam got all the attention because Prince just walked right by me too again.
so sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
oh, uh, I still get excited when I think about that moment. I was like, I mean, I've always wanted to meet him, and just to say thank you, if nothing else.
Mm.
I didn't care how it was. I just wanted some kind of interaction, and to have that was answered prayer for me. I really wanted to some to be able to say something, positive, and I'm amazed I ain't crying over that. I mean, dang on, it
Yeah,
was just,
what's and
oh,
that's another thing at Paisley Park, especially when it's not a huge crowd. He's comfortable there, and
and you could really see that he
yeah,
was just walking around like a regular person, and I've never seen him like that before, ever. But then
yeah,
again, it was always in a concert environment where I saw him. Maybe the one other time I might have seen him like that was the same night with the Larry Graham show at BB King's in 2010. He
hmm
was I saw him in a private area, and he
hmm
did, that was the closest to regular, you know, I'd ever seen it up to that point.
right,
But that right there was something different. I mean, it was just, this is his place, and he's just roaming around up in it, and he was gracious enough to let us in there, and I could not be more grateful to have been able to be in there. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. For real.
We Cameron and all his firsts.
Ah!
Night 3. All right, this is the third night. We was tired, boy. Let me tell you.
Oh my God, my body was wrecked because I did not plan to be there the third day, and I had my Timberland boots with me, and them boots are kind of heavy and clunky, and
Look,
it was a dance party.
shoot.
It didn't
We
stop
we
me.
all learned the hard way how to pick shoes for these things.
Uh, well,
Yeah.
I definitely learned that night, but
Mhm.
you know what? I have not been able to go to the gym. I you know I make the best out of this, and the music was pumping, and I was dancing. I said, "Yeah, oh, it was fly." And then DJ Prince showed up.
Mhm.
Oh, Nasty Girl came on. And I don't remember what he said, but you could tell it was from the back of the soundstage, and we all ran back there, and there he was behind that Apple MacBook.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, all right now, get it, get it."
We had Prince on the computer, and we had Kirky
Yes,
J on the. He had like I guess a drum pad set or something like that next to him. He
on
was
the
playing on that.
sticks that makes noise or something.
Mhm. Yeah. So they were doing their thing. DJ Mike was the main DJ, and he
Yes, it
was
was.
on the stage on the across from him on the other side of the room. At one point, Prince kind of threw it back to him. He said, "DJ, what do you got?" So Mike plays something, right? And it was like I don't even remember what song it was, but it was something that wasn't quite as hype as what Prince was just playing. And then Prince was kind of like, huh, no. And then he took over again. He did that to him like 2 times. I was like, man, it's pretty jacked up. Poor
Was.
Mike. I felt bad for Mike, but hey.
Real talk, some of the music, I mean, I like the songs, but I didn't. The seguing into the next one was what got me because it was so abrupt. It was
Yeah.
like, whoa, we going from automatic to mountains.
Hmm.
Like, I'm like, I love those songs, but I wouldn't. But work me into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not much of a club goer, but I've gone to enough to understand how some of it works, and that one happening. But not to knock him, but
Yeah.
that's just the reality of what we were dealing with. And Prince did, but I will say for Prince, he wasn't bad. He really wasn't bad, and he sang along to some of his stuff too.
Hmm.
That was really cool. He sang along the Hot Thing and When Doves Cry and Sign of the Times and Alphabet Street and Thousand Hugs and Kisses. And
And Shelby came up there. Didn't she sing along to something?
she did. I don't remember the song, but she
I
did
don't
sing
either.
along with something. And I'm trying to remember. I wanted him to sing along to Shut This Down, but he didn't.
Hmm.
But he didn't. But the music was pumping. That really made me realize how much of a club banger that song is. Like I told people back in September.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
And which song was it from um phase one? What was it? It
he
was a different mix. It was a different mix to the song.
ain't about to stop.
It could
Was
have been.
that was played. What else? There was not $1 Million Show. Not This Could Be Us. Not Like a Mac. X's Face.
I think that was it.
There were no lyrics with that one. That was just a
I
loop.
think that was it because he'd said something to Josh about
That was
Josh.
that. That was him. He
Okay.
said it
Yep.
was something along the lines of, "Well, you done did it with this one."
Yeah. Yep.
That was X's Face, and I
Yeah.
was I was going
I want
hard.
that. Hey, Prince, I want that mix. I want that mix.
You forget we need an extended mix.
We want the extended mix,
Yes,
please.
please, pretty please, because that song is something serious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Slap your mama and your daddy. And your children too.
All of them.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's that song is fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
So we had a good time. It was a lot going on. We were beat. I'm telling you, people are still trying to catch up on sleep.
It was nonstop. Even when I got back to New York City, it was nonstop for me. So sleep has been a little hard to come by.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
I think I'm just in the beginning stages of getting it back on track.
yeah,
But that just goes to show you just how serious it was. And that was almost 2 weeks ago now.
yeah. We're rolling up on 2 weeks, and he just had another party, so the Minneapolis crew is still having some trouble.
Hey, in worse shape than us.
Yeah. This has been our review on Prince, the past Paisley Gala Weekend, and that's I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't have Dimitri to add his review, but
Missed you,
hopefully we'll.
bro.
Yeah, we got to shout him out though. And Stephanie, she didn't get to go, but we got to get her up there at some point.
That's
But
our mission now. She has to go.
yeah,
She has.
she's got to get up there and add to the fun.
I know several people that are in dire need of going up to Paisley Park too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my homegirls, Christina and Emilia. Y'all gonna be going up there soon too. And I know several other of my folk that need to go up in there too.
Yep.
Day is
Make it
coming.
happen. Make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal for 2016. How about that?
Ding
Everybody,
dong. It is.
everybody get on a plane and let's go. Let's have a first time to Paisley hashtag party.
Oh, oh yes.
All right. Well, anyway, so yeah, the I don't know what our next review is going to be about. We'll probably end up doing some more videos about the selling of these CDs and stuff like that as things progress. But yeah, until next time, thanks for listening to us ramble about the event.
That's right.
All right. See y'all later.
Peace and be wild.
Peace.